I have 3 units today. I try to cover. Okay, the first unit is about concept and development of entrepreneurship. Okay, so for this first unit, you need to know what are the important concepts, what are the contribution of entrepreneurship, and at the same time you need to know the characteristics of entrepreneurship here. Okay, and you need to know how entrepreneurs, how are they become so successful in their business today. Okay, so that is about this topic. And then, all right, let's look at the content. So it's about definition, characteristic, or ciri-ciri lah, ciri-ciri keuangan. Competency analysis, you can do it later if I will try to post it in Google Classroom. Okay, contribution of entrepreneurship and successful entrepreneurship. We have some in examples here. Okay, so before we continue, what do you understand about entrepreneur? Okay, usahawan. What do you understand about entrepreneur? Usahawan. Siapakah usahawan? Who are they? What are they doing? What is the difference between entrepreneur and businessman? Mengapa ada orang-orang tertentu dipanggil usahawan, bukan peniaga? Okay, ada orang mau jawab? Anyone want to answer the questions? What's the difference between entrepreneur and businessman? Anyone? Anyone want to answer? Just type in the chat. Yeah, I think John answer. Entrepreneur creates a new business to a certain extent, but at the same time, businessmen, there are lots of businessmen also started a new business. Okay, so what is the difference? What is the difference? Anyone else? You can type in the chat. Chat room there is free for you to type. It's recorded. After that, I will keep a record also. Okay, entrepreneurs create their own products, whereas businessmen may sell other people's products. Okay, I have Muhammad Fury. Entrepreneurs create a new idea while businessmen use the old idea. Okay, I like this answer also. Okay, so both of the answers are correct. Okay, because when you talk about products, okay, the difference is businessmen, they do not try to create something new. They are not trying to do any changes to the product or service that they are selling. Okay, so they are not trying to contribute the ideas to the product or selling. But entrepreneurs, they create the products. Sometimes it's not necessarily the new products. It may be something that available, but we change. Okay, kami menukar produk itu menjadi lebih baik. We change the products to be better. Okay, we give new ideas to improve the product. It's still considered as entrepreneur. So entrepreneur create value. Yeah, correct. Timothy is right. They create value. That means that when we say they create value, that means that they can sell products in higher price. Okay, they can sell products in higher price. So when you look at entrepreneur, they always come out with new ideas and can sell in higher price. So if you look at entrepreneurship ialah keusahawanan. So entrepreneurship is a dynamic process of innovation and creation through 4 different dimensions: individual, organization, environment, and process of cooperation. Okay, so it means that they work together. Entrepreneurs work together with the society, work together with their members to create something new in the whole process. And when we look at entrepreneurs, there are many definitions. So one definition by Coracco and Hughes 2007, they say entrepreneur is an individual who seek business opportunities under conditions of uncertainty. Okay, a person who strive by examine and make wise consideration. Yeah, these are some of the characteristics for entrepreneur. And remember, sometimes entrepreneur, they just copy the ideas from other market to the Malaysia market. For example, you look at business like Grab car, okay, Grab car, which started in Malaysia like I think less than 10 years. Yeah, less than 10 years in Malaysia. Actually, this concept already available, but not in the Malaysia market. So the local entrepreneur, they bring in these ideas, and then the ideas of hiring the car, okay, using a software into bring it into Malaysia to become a Malaysia product. Okay, very new in Malaysia, but it might not necessarily very new in the world. Okay, so they are considered as entrepreneur also because they see the difference, the things that we don't have, so they bring in new things to the market. And then another very important thing we must know is what are the difference between inventor, an inventor, and an entrepreneur. Okay, when we say an inventor, they invent, okay, mencipta barangan baru, mencipta idea barangan baru atau perkhidmatan baru. When inventor, they invent the things, but they do not sell it. Okay, when we can see many people, they invent a lot of things, but they are not selling it. But for entrepreneur, they invent the thing and they sell it for money, for profit, and they create a big business with it. One very good example we can see is Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Windows, and so forth. Okay, who is the boss of Microsoft, or who is the main entrepreneur who start Microsoft? Anyone? You should know. Anyone? Who is the boss of this Microsoft? Yes, somebody answered Bill Gates. Okay, Bill Gates. Okay, when we talk about Microsoft, we know Microsoft. Actually, he was still in university, but one of the best university in the world, Harvard University. He was there. Okay, and he spent his time, instead of studying from the lecturer, he spent a lot of time creating a new software, because before you have Microsoft, like Microsoft Office, the software that we use is not friendly, not user friendly. So he improved the software to become a software, and he started his own business, that is the Microsoft company. Okay, and before his business become very big, he already get attention from other companies. During that time, one of the big company noticed him and noticed, oh, this is a good software. Okay, is Apple. They want to buy the product from him, but he refused to sell. Okay, he said, this is my product and I want it to be my business rather than I sell this product to other people. Okay, so that is the mindset. Okay, pemikiran seorang usahawan. Okay, mereka akan menjual produk itu sendiri. Okay, so that's why when we look at the entrepreneur, they have certain important characteristics. We hope that you can learn from entrepreneur and then make it into something that you have patience with, and then you will be success in your future also. So the first thing is, whatever thing they do, they have the patience, especially the patience for the business, the products, the service that they are doing. The patience is so important. Okay, and the second thing is they are focusing on improving the product or the customers. They are very focused or customer focused. So they want to know what the customer wanted and they're trying to improve that. For example, when we look at Grab, they start with a Grab car services. After that, they expand their business to include Grab food, okay, Grab delivery, and so forth. Okay, so they do this because they look at what the customer wants and they improve their service based on the customer needs. And then they have a tenacity, that means they are willing to face the challenges, and then they I'm not worried about the failure. Even fail there, they say no worry. I will try it again. I will work hard again. And they have the intelligence to do the product or service. They must be smart enough. But we do not expect everyone is so smart like the Bill Gates. He can create something really new. We don't expect that, but we expect entrepreneurs should use some method to improve the product or service in they have in the market. Okay, so that is what we can see. All right, you can read in detail, although I already explained that. Okay, when you look at Kao 1991, he also suggests many entrepreneurial characteristics. There are 11 of them. Okay, but one very important he mentioned is the commitment. Same thing. Okay, commitment, the motivation, the patience towards the business, the goal-oriented, and so on. You can have a look at that. Huh? There are 11 characteristics, which Carl believe that these are the important characteristics for entrepreneur. Okay, so yeah, for this analysis later not now. I'll post it in the classroom. After that, I will ask you to answer. Before that, all right. Next, we will look at what are the contribution of entrepreneurs. Okay, what are the contribution of these entrepreneurs to the country? What do you think? In terms of what? Okay. Yeah, give me some answer, please. What do you think? What are the contribution you can see? Let's say I give you a clue. In economy, what are the contribution in terms of economy to the countries, to the people, to the society, and even to the world? Tourism, yes. Yeah, when they start some new business, for example, Akota, or Akota actually, how to say, not created, but they give more freedoms for people to choose hotel. Tourism, yes, a very good answer from you and many of you. Jobs opportunity, and they make people live easier. Yes, service, they have good services. Okay, these good services allow people to live easier. Okay, during this pandemic time, one of the very important product we have in hand. Before this, we never carry it. Most of us never buy it, and now we are using it almost very often. What is the product that we are using? Google Meet, yes, we seldom use. Face mask, yes. Mask, Shopee. I think people still using Shopee before that. Okay, what else? Yes, hand sanitizer. Yes, hand sanitizer. Okay, let me tell you a simple story about hand sanitizer. Do you know when people starting to have a convenient pack of hand sanitizer and use it for sell it in the market? Before that, they do have something like hand sanitizer, but mostly for the use of in the hospital. When do they start to use the hand sanitizer? Okay, I think Mark said during COVID pandemic. No, before that. Even before the COVID pandemic, you can see this product in the market, but it's in the shelf. Like you can find it in Watson, but it's not a popular product that everyone will buy. Okay, so let me tell you, for hand sanitizer, actually, they started to promote the use of hand sanitizer outside the hospital is during another period, what they call SARS. Okay, maybe you are too young to know. SARS was one of the sickness that a little bit similar to COVID, but when it affected people, not that influential, that means tidak merebak secepat COVID. Okay, not that spreading that fast, but SARS will have higher fatality rate. Okay, that means kata kematian tinggi. Okay, people who get SARS will have higher side effect after that. Okay, and more people die. If percentage of people dying because of SARS is much higher than COVID. Okay, much higher. So during that time, Malaysia is not seriously affected, just few countries affected. And because of that, people realize that it's very important for wash our hand. And so they come up with a new product for use in the market. They call it hand sanitizer. That is what we are using now. But during that time, only popular, this hand sanitizer started during that time, but only popular for countries who are affected, and it's not popular in most of the other countries like in Malaysia. Okay, so actually when you look at new products, actually they contribute a lot to the society in terms of making people live easily, and sometimes it improve our health, improve our society as a whole. Okay, then you can see for example, AirAsia, they provide cheaper service to us, even though now might not be that cheap. Okay, cheaper service, convenience like Shopee, Lazada, they give us convenient. Okay, and Grab, they also give us convenient, and then maybe job opportunity for people who make money, and like Facebook, a good social platform for us to communicate. So these are the convenience that we enjoy. These are the contribution. In terms of economy, is so important. Imagine people who drive Grab car, they have to pay tax. Okay, imagine AirAsia pay a huge amount of tax to the government. Tax, this tax, cukai, tax is so important to improve our economic condition of the whole country. So it's important. And with AirAsia, improve our tourism as well. Okay, so these are some of the contribution of entrepreneurs to our countries. And we have some other entrepreneurs here, for example, Bill Gates, for example, Dan Sri, okay, Dr. Tony, and so on. All right, you can look at that. Okay, so what I want you to do, of course, not in group, okay? I have one question that asks you, who is the entrepreneur that inspire you or you admire the most in my Google Classroom? Okay, in my Google Classroom. So please answer that question. I don't expect you to write a long essay, no, you just write 1 to 2 sentences, and then you post it in the Google Classroom so that I know who are there, okay? So that I know at least you are here, you are listening to me, you know that this is the simple activity you have to do. Okay, so for those you do not register my classroom yet, please register now. Okay, I give you a few minutes to do these activities. Okay, go to the Google Classroom and start to answer this question. Okay, if you cannot find the Google Classroom, then you let me know. Okay, the Google Classroom, you can click the classwork, and then the first thing you can see under the in the classwork, the first thing you can see in the classwork is who is the entrepreneur you admire the most. Okay, this is the answer that you have to this is the questions that you have to answer now. So please try to answer it in few minutes. I give you like 5 minutes, you can answer it now. Okay, for those you already enter my classroom. Okay, just 1 to 2 sentences, not a very long sentences expected or essay expected. Just 1 to 2. Give your name. Give the name of the entrepreneur you admire, and then tell me why. Okay, give the name and tell me why. You can start to do it now. Okay, let me see. 12 already. I think 12 already. After that, you can just click and then you can submit. Immediately, I can see your answer there. Okay. About 5 minutes for you to do this. Okay, I have. Yeah, I have some already answer. Yeah, some of you give me a very good answer. I can see that. Okay. For example, we can see not only male, there are lots of females who are very good and successful entrepreneur. They have their inspire us, especially lady, to be successful here. Okay, then we have entrepreneur in many countries, like for example, entrepreneur like local entrepreneurs. Okay, Nilofa. Okay, we have foreign entrepreneur also, I can see. Okay, I have one interesting answer from this. Later on, I will read it for you. Okay, two more minutes for you to answer that. Okay, if the Google Classroom still loading a bit slow, then doesn't matter, you can do it later. Okay, so we can continue later. You can continue to tap the answer later if you have problems with this internet. Okay, I have one good answer. Let me read it for you guys. Okay, from Nurili Raria, Rania. Okay, she said, entrepreneur that I admire the most is Miss Fatini Zamri. Okay, Miss Fatini owns a recently established local business called Rush Pins. So Rush Pins sell earring pins for hijabis that does not require piercing or exposure of the ear area, as users only need to pin it to their hijabs or scarves. So you can see that these are some of the interesting ideas that people have, and then you can start a business from here. Okay, so when you look at the success story of yeah, adults here or people near us, then we can learn something from them. Okay, so let me continue to read. The reason why I admire her is that the start of her business was not easy, as she does not have proper background knowledge in managing a business. However, after taking a degree and learning about it, her business began gaining attention. Another reason why I like her is that her products are fresh, novel, and innovative ideas among the many common and generic other local business, especially in a pandemic where every business are competing in the digital world. So you can see that this is a very good example of entrepreneur who has facing, you can see she faced a lot of challenges, and she is willing to look for ways to overcome her challenges. That is why some people are so successful. Okay, because they are willing to face the challenges. They are trying to solve the problems there. Okay, so for those who didn't answer the question, doesn't matter. Okay, no worry. So you can do it after the class, maybe, or later in the afternoon. Okay, let's us continue with unit 2. Okay, unit 2 here. So unit 2 is about creativity and innovative. Okay, we look at what are the definition of creativity and innovative. What are the importance of this creative idea, and then you know what are the techniques you can use to develop creative ideas. So look at this, then you will know how to use these ideas to come up with new ideas. Okay, so like I can say innovation. When we say innovation always refers to the products that you are being created. Okay, product then being created. But creativity refers to the ideas. Okay, refers to the different ideas. So when you look at creativity, we must know how to come up with creative ideas. With the ideas only, we can have innovation. Okay, we must know how important is the creativity for the innovation here. So let's look at innovation, for example. Whenever you start a product, of course, you call it innovation. But when you come from a very old version of Motorola and expand until smartphone today, we still continue to have new product. We still consider this is innovation. When you improve a product, okay, you have ideas and you improve the product, then you come out with a new product. This is still considered innovation. Okay, innovation then. And okay, so creativity is the generation of ideas that will result in either improved efficiency or effectiveness of a system. Okay, before we continue to look at what is creativity, let's look at one of the business. We call it they call it Uber. Okay, before that, Uber was being business in Malaysia for, I think, for a few years. After that, they decided to stay away from the Malaysian market. Maybe because they cannot fight with Grab. Okay, when they are fighting with Grab, Grab win and they lost in the battle. That's why they stay away from the Malaysian market. Okay, let me. Okay, I will post to you the. I changed the. I'll change the presentation first. Then I will post the. Yeah, I need to. Okay. Okay, the Uber video will start in a few minutes, a few seconds.
Or use any fancy editing software.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Uber, currently valued at around $65 billion, is on a mission to change the world. But controversy has been aplenty.
I am on record saying that Uber is the most ethically challenged company in Silicon Valley.
Uber has been sidestepping laws, challenging outdated regulations, and employing black hat competitive strategies.
South Korea is a unique
In a relentless effort to grow. Globally, the taxi industry has responded with violent protests, blockaded roads, hooliganism, and vandalism in a fight to protect their livelihood. And amidst this torrent of controversy, swirls the antics of Uber's charismatic CEO, Travis Kalanick. And to think that this global revolution was inspired by a James Bond movie. Canadian-born Gareth Camp was a successful entrepreneur living large in San Francisco. But Camp was growing increasingly frustrated with the taxi service.
I was just stranded on the curb in San Francisco so often, I just got sick of it.
You just kind of got pissed off.
I tried taxi manager for the fake, and which wasn't very good, so I just like, all right, we gotta make room.
In 2008, Camp was watching Casino Royale when he noticed James Bond use a cell phone to track the location of a car. And that's when he thought to himself, how cool would it be if I could push a button on my phone and watch my cab arrive? The idea of an on-demand cab service, Uber, was born. As time passed, Camp got increasingly obsessed with bringing his idea to fruition. In true entrepreneurial spirit, he began to brainstorm his notion with all his friends, which included Travis Kalanick, another successful entrepreneur. Believe it or not, at the start, Kalanick wasn't interested in working on Uber. He supported the notion, but was preoccupied with his own idea, an ecosystem much like that of Airbnb. Camp, however, was adamant on getting Kalanick involved. One night, Camp and Kalanick were in a cab after a night out drinking in Paris. It was around 2 a.m. when the cabbie yelled at the group for being too boisterous and threatened to kick them out. Kalanick, infuriated by the disrespect, voluntarily got out of the cab. The incident stuck with him, and a scorned Travis Kalanick was now eager to work on Uber. That Parisian cabbie had just sparked the initial fire in a man who would go on to torch the entire taxi industry. So Camp and Kalanick got to work. Camp, who was inspired by James Bond, was determined to purchase a fleet of top-of-the-line Mercedes cars. Kalanick, however, disagreed with the idea of owning cars, and rather the drivers use their own cars in conjunction with the Uber app. At one point, Camp was so determined to buy the fleet of Mercedes cars that he called Kalanick and told him that he's going to lease out an entire parking lot in San Francisco.
He calls me, he's like, Travis, I've got the papers for the parking garage. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it, because I was just very against owning the assets, hiring the driver.
Camp finally gave in. So instead of buying dozens of flashy cars, they pitched the app to existing drivers of limos and luxury cabs. Years later, Uber's no-inventory business model would be valuated at $65 billion. Kalanick would then use with pride.
Garrett brings the classy and elegance, like that's his part of it. Yeah. I bring the efficient, the value.
This move would go on to protect Uber from several regulations.
But Uber argues that it doesn't dispatch vehicles, and the driver accepts or rejects the ride through an app.
since they didn't own the cars and nor did they hire the drivers. Uber wasn't a taxi company. It was simply an app that connected people. Camp and Callan outsourced the engineering and development, and the Uber app was underway. Uber's first version, or minimum viable product, allowed a user to SMS their address to the app. The app would then find the nearest driver and dispatch the driver to the address provided. The app wasn't perfect, far from actually, but it served its purpose to validate the value they wanted to offer.
Okay, we just stopped there because of the internet connection. Internet connection is so bad. Okay, so you can have a look at how Uber they start their business after that. Okay, so remember they keep on saying he get his idea from where? From, it might be something that you watch on TV. Okay, 007, yeah, James Bond story, James Bond movie. So he gets some ideas from the James Bond movie. Okay, and then from there, of course, they are facing lots of challenges. Okay, then they have to think of how to do it. So when this Kim, who has the idea, can't go together with his friend, then he decide his friend Kalanik decided to start a business of private hiring. Okay, so you can see they start to have some ideas, but at the same time you need to change the idea to improve it yourself. And then through that also you can see it's not necessary for you to do the creation yourself. You can hire some companies to create something for you. Okay, as far as you have the good idea, you get the company to do it for you. You can see that the software that they have, they are not creating themselves, but they get the software engineering company to do it themselves. For them, to do it for them. Like, let's us continue with our lecture. So this is something that very interesting. We can learn from the Uber, and then you can see they face lots of challenges. And the first person who actually suggested the idea after that actually didn't really work out. And the second person come up with more ideas to make it some more creative and successful story. Okay, so when we talk about creative thinking process, is actually start from our knowledge accumulation. So our knowledge can be everywhere, from everywhere. Like what you can see from Uber. For Uber, they get the knowledge or information from the TV, movie, and then from there they come up with ideas. Okay, but at the same time you have to consider what will happen in the market. Okay, you have to consider how about the cost that I have to pay if I want to do that. Okay, you can look at when you look at Uber, okay, one of the pioneer of the business, Cam, suggested they want to have very expensive car to run the business, but another person think that the expensive car is too high cost for the business. So they come out with he come out with to hire private car for that. Karanik suggested to hire private car. So with that knowledge, it's very important for you to keep thinking. Incubation actually is the process of keep thinking, improving, keep thinking again and improving again, non-stop doing, come up with the best ideas for the business. Just imagine it, the ideas might take not only a few months, but a few years to come up with the best idea. And then after that, you have to evaluate and implement the ideas. Okay, so when we have one idea, we still have to evaluate. And if you find that the idea is not good enough, then you come back to number one, collect more information, thinking again, incubation, and sometimes you get more better ideas after that, and then finally you come up with the best ideas. Okay, so you can see from the Uber story just now. So it's very important to generate good creative ideas. Because a good creative idea, we always say, they can generate business opportunity. Okay, peluang perniagaan, business opportunity from the problems or difficulties or resources environment that they are facing. Okay, so when they face difficulties, that is why they come up with new ideas. When they are facing the problems, that's why we come up with new ideas. Like for example, hand sanitizer. When there's people start using that because of SARS, okay, because of sickness, and now we use that also because of some sickness, that is the COVID pandemic. Okay, so because of many reasons, we come up with many good ideas. Okay, and at the same time, during this pandemic, because of the environment, okay, you can see many companies, they're trying to help to increase their business using online platform. Like for example, the local supermarkets, they start to have delivery services. Okay, they start to have delivery services because of the environment. They have to do some changes, and they come out with business opportunity for that. Okay, and we are going to watch another video clip here. Okay, this video clip is about Tesco. Okay, Tesco. If you are from West Malaysia, you know Tesco is a very big supermarket. In most area, big city, you can find Tesco in many big city like KL, Johor Bahru, and many big city in West Malaysia. Okay, in Sabah, we didn't find the Tesco yet. Okay, so this video clip that we are going to watch is to tell you the story of Tesco in South Korea, how they do their business in South Korea. Okay, look at the 4 questions here. First, look at the answer for that. Look for the answer from the video clip. What is the goal of Tesco? What is the objective of Tesco when they do something? Second, what ideas did Tesco propose? Okay, what ideas did they propose? Third, what was important to ensure that the idea were feasible? Okay, visible means boleh dijalankan, boleh dilaksanakan. Apa faktor-faktor lah yang penting memastikan idea tersebut boleh dijalankan? And what benefits did Tesco enjoy after imposing the creative ideas? Okay, look at these 4 questions and try to find answer from the video clip. Let me share the new video first. Okay, this is a very interesting one. I like this Tesco story video clip very much. Okay, let me go to start after the apps.
South Korea is a unique market. Tesco has been evolving itself, adjusting to the local market. It even changed the name itself from Tesco to Home Plus. And at last, it grew to rank number 2 in Korea. But Tesco had to overcome one obstacle: a fewer number of stores compared to the number 1 company, E-Mart. Mission: could we become number 1 without increasing the number of stores? We made an in-depth study into Koreans once more. Koreans are the second most hardworking people in the world. For them, grocery shopping once a week is a dreaded task. So we decided to approach these busy and tired people. Idea: let the store come to the people. We created virtual stores, hoping to blend into people's everyday lives. Our first try was subway stations. Although virtual, the displays were exactly the same as actual stores, from the display to the merchandise. Only one thing was different: you use smartphones to shop. Scan the QR code with your phone, and the product automatically lands in your online cart. When the online purchase is done, it will be delivered to your door right after you get home. People can relax more after work and on weekends.
실제로 보면서 사니까 진짜 더 좋은 것 같아요. 편하고 잘.
Result. People can shop at Tesco Home Plus wherever they go without having to visit the actual store. Moreover, we could change their waiting time to shopping time. After this campaign, online sales increased tremendously. Through this campaign, 10,287 consumers visited the online Home Plus mall using smartphones. The number of new registered members rose by 76%, and online sales increased 130%. Currently, Home Plus has become number one in the online market and is a very close second offline.
All right, I will come back to the slide. Okay. Right. Let's answer the 4 questions. For the first question, what is the goal of Tesco? Anyone? You can answer in the chat box, chat room there. What is the goal of Tesco? What do they want to be? Remember, they changed their name because of the market. Okay, maybe the name is not that good when they change it to Korean, so they use a different name as Home Plus. Okay, what is the goal of Tesco? Yeah, be number 1. Okay, without opening more store. Yes. Okay, they don't want to increase the number of store, meaning that remember this video clip I think is about story about a few years back, not now. It's before the pandemic. So before that, although they have this online store, but there's still many people still prefer to go to supermarket to buy things. Okay, so they want to be the number 1 store. That means number 1 store with high sales, but they don't want to increase the number of store. Okay, they want sales, but not the number of store, not to open more store. So that is why they look at the market. Okay, from Tesco, you can see they do a simple survey of the people in Korea. So they ask, okay, they look at the livelihood of people. They are very busy, they are hardworking, they spend a lot of time. And then so for them, they don't have much time to do the shopping in the supermarket. Okay, don't have time. So then they come out with the second the ideas. Okay, the second question asking, what ideas did Tesco propose? Apa idea? What did they want to do? Let the store come to people. Yes, they suggest let the store come to people. So they want to make the store very easy for people to go shopping. So they look for ways to get closer to people. One way is they call it subway. Subway in Malaysia, we call it train station. Or in other places, they might call it MRT station or whatever station. Okay, subway. They call it subway in South Korea, or because of this is a American video clip. Okay, so they create a virtual store. Okay, virtual store. So they just put picture there, picture and photo. You can see they are not putting picture like advertisement, but they take pictures from a real store. Okay, take pictures from a real store, but they put barcodes there, or we call it QR code to do the shopping there. Okay, so that is the ideas. Okay, that is the idea. A lot people, when they are waiting for a train, okay, waiting for their trip home, then they can do shopping. So when they arrive home, the things already there, ready to deliver to them. Okay, so the third question, what was important to ensure that the business, the ideas were feasible? Okay, what are so important to ensure that this idea is working in our term? What is so important to ensure that this idea is working, boleh dijalankan? What is so important? What do you think? The first thing, people must have what? So that they can do the shopping. What do they need to have? Phone, smartphone, yes, the first. Smartphone. Second, the internet connection. Third, very important thing is you must have a place where people can gather together and they will sit there waiting for trend, then they have time to do the shopping there. Okay, so they find first is the people have the tool. Second is the location. Okay, second is the location, the condition. So every time when we suggest any ideas, it really depends on when we are suggesting ideas. It really depends on what the people or the society. Okay, depends on the people and the society, or in Malay we call it masyarakat lah, social dan masyarakat. So it's very important that the idea is suitable for our market. That is why this Tesco is very good video, because it shows that, show to you, they are really doing a market survey, understand the people before they really start their business. Okay, so next, the last questions. What are the benefits? What are the benefits? What were the benefits Tesco enjoy? Very simple to answer. You can see what is increasing. What is increasing? Sales. Besides sales, it means also profit. Okay. New customer, yes, number of register. That means new customer. Okay. So number 4, there are few very important answers. First, the sales. Second, the number of customer. Third, the profit. And fourth, with very low cost. Okay, they can increase the business, but with very low cost, because they only need to take pictures and prepare like a big advertisement. So they have to go for advertisement like in the billboard, in the subway. They have to rent for that, but they don't need to come out with big new store for that. So lower cost. Okay, lower cost. So all right, so this is a very interesting. And then techniques for generating ideas, you can see they are brainstorming. Forced analogy, it means you are being forced. Sometimes when you are being forced, especially when you are doing your assignment, when you are being forced, you can come up with good ideas, right? So this is what we call forced analogy. Do it means define the problem, open-minded, think of the ideas, and identify the best solution and transform it, change it. Another method is mind mapping. The fifth method is nominal group, meaning that you get other people to give you suggestion or ideas. Okay, sometimes you get people to discuss with you for suggestion or idea. And last, survey or observation. This is what we can see from the Tesco example. They do survey, they look at the market, and they try to find a way from the market. So this is another technique that you can use. Normally for a group of people with a lot of people, then you can have different people wearing different hats. Okay, this is example. For example, you have one leader. Okay, he will be the leader. He will manage the discussion group. Okay, so he will say, okay, may I have, let's say, who is in my class? Okay, let's say Timothy, you will do the green, creative thinking. Another classmate, Nurul, you will do the yellow thinking. Okay, constructive. Constructive means that ideas to improve. The creative. Creative means new ideas, any idea we do. White means objective thinking. You think about what are the likely costs to face, what are the resources we need to do the activities. And black means critical and negative. You have to think of what are the likely problems that facing. Okay, likely problems, likely issues that you might be facing. For example, I don't have the things to do cooking. Okay, for example, Okay, we cannot do cooking in campus, for example. That are the problems. Third, red will be the emotional thinking and value. You will think about it. Is the product will give the customer happiness or extra value to the user? So, okay, so you do the thinking in a group, and then if each one of you give some ideas to improve that idea. Okay, sometimes you need to do a few times of generating ideas. This is something like brainstorming. Okay, do it a few times before you get the best idea for that. Okay, you can have different people take different head at different time. For example, one people will take the red head this time, another people will take then he will take another head like yellow head in the next meeting. So you will try to continue to improve the ideas until you get the best idea from it. Okay, so when we talk about innovation, we have invention, we have internet extension, we have duplication and synthesis. Okay. Invention, we create new product. When we have extension, always remember extension means that we add some new service in the existing product. Like handphone, we keep on improving the handphone, okay, with new function. This is like extension. When I say duplicate, means you duplicate from another industry. You copy it from another industry. For example, you copy from fast food industry into education industry. Okay, and synthesis means you combine two products to be one product. Okay, combine two products to be one product. Like we used to have before that, we might have camera only, which only for you to take picture. But after that, you have video camera, which can take picture, photo, and at the same time you can take video. Okay, camera and video together in the same small unit of same product. This is synthesis. You combine the ideas to create a camera video together product. Okay, so that is for your unit 2. Okay, I have a little bit of time, so I need to continue to unit 3. If you really feel so tired, you can take few minutes rest. I will start the sharing of unit 3 later in few minutes. Okay. Okay, let us continue, right? Okay, I have about half an hour, so I'll try to finish this unit. If I can't finish, please, I expect you to do some reading yourself on this topic about business opportunity. So for unit 3, we are looking at what are the situations that contribute to business opportunities. And then we need to identify the business opportunities that you can find in your environment or even in your campus. What are the business opportunities to do your project? Okay, and then you have to know how to evaluate it and how to create that. All right, so when we talk about opportunity, we always say is the improve or enhance the weakness of the existing business. But if you are talking about a new business, okay, new business, we look at what are the circumstances, what are the situation, okay, situations that contribute or that create the need for a new product, service, or business idea. So you can see, for example, AirAsia. Okay, the business opportunity they can find. They started their business for AirAsia. They started the business in the 1990s, about I think about 20 over years, less than 30 years ago. And during that time, before we have AirAsia, we don't have airline companies that provide cheap and affordable products. So with that, they come out with the ideas. They say we should think of cheap and affordable products in terms of air ticket to the customer. With that idea, they come with that. And then when Foodpanda, they started the business, they think of, they want to provide delivery services of food and drinks to the customer that have busy schedule, especially customers who are in certain area, they are busy with work, busy with study, they can't go out for food, then they will look for Foodpanda. So these are the examples. Okay, and right. So how to identify business opportunity? How to find one opportunity for you? So first we can look at the trends. What is happening politically, economy, social, technology? For example, during this pandemic, okay, there are many challenges for businessmen, but at the same time, we can see people start to have creative ideas. They come up with creative ways of doing business. These are the what happening, okay? Like pandemic, this is what happening. We can't change the society, we can't change the situation, but we can change our product and services. Second, to solve problems. When people are facing problems, we try to solve it. And third, finding a gap. Okay, find gaps in the market. That means that gap refers to a small section, a small group of customers in the market. Okay, I always use the word market. In business, when we say market, means we always refer to customers or consumers. Okay, when we say market, we refer to consumer or customers who are going to buy products, consumer or customers. So when we say a small group of market, means a small group of customers, okay, small group of customers who want different things. So we are going to sell them different things. Let's look at the number one first. When we observe the trend, we look at what are the changes in politics, regulation. For example, during this pandemic, we can see one of the main SOP that all of us have to observe or follow. Okay, we have to follow is before you go into any shop, you have to check your body temperature. Okay, that is the regulation. So with that, then come many companies selling the thermometer. But at the same time, people will think, okay, it's very tired for me to get one staff standing there, check the body temperature from morning to night. So they come up with a stand. Okay, so they say they will sell this body temperature, body thermometer with stand. Okay, because of the regulation, we have to do something. Okay, and then economy, because of the economy changes, consumer spending in different ways, so we have new product for sale. Okay, new product for sale, and because of different income condition, we can think of new product for people to use or to suitable for this different group of people with different income background. Okay, social, like I keep on saying, during this pandemic, there are many changes in demography or changes in what people think is popular, is trendy. Like for example, when the Korean movie, Korean drama becomes so popular in the among the young adults, sometimes becomes so popular, people like to watch the Korean drama, then you can see there are new trend. Okay, like people likes to try Korean food. Okay, people likes to try the chips, snacks from Korea. So this is also a social factor. And technology advancement or changes in technology. Because of changes in technology, then we need new for example, new handphone or something that, then there is a business or product opportunity there. Okay, so we can see what is available is not good enough. Okay, what product you can find in the market is not good enough. So we need new product and new service. Okay, so this is the first approach. You can read this in detail later. Then we look at the second method to find a good business opportunity is by identifying what is the problem. Like we can see during this pandemic time, people are worried that the virus might be spreading even through the doors, even through the public places. So what are the problems? This is the problem. So what can you do to solve the problems? So you have to think of what can I do to solve this problem. So then they have this all sort of sanitizing product. Okay, just for you to sanitize the door, for example, sanitize the area and so on. These are the opportunity, because when you see the problems, then you find products to sell to solve that problem. Okay, and then third method is to find a gap. Okay, finding gaps in the marketplace. Marketplace is the place that you do selling and buying and selling. So marketplace can be a supermarket. Marketplace can be Lazada, like Shopee, Lazada, a place that you can do buying and selling. Okay, so marketplace can be a pasar, okay, pasar malam dan sebagainya. So marketplace is refers to place, but I keep on saying when I say market in business term, we always refers to the consumer. Okay, the consumer. When I say there is a market, so is that there are consumers who want to buy the product. So we always look at what is needed by customers. So sometimes we find a specific small group of customers. This is small group, not a big group. So it is a very small group of customers. So it is not large enough for the market to sell a lot of this kind of product. So one of the very good example is vegetarian restaurant in KK. There are not many, because there are not many people who are vegetarian. Okay, not many who are vegetarian, but still we have a small market for vegetarian. Okay, small market, small group of consumers who prefer vegetarian than other type of food. So because of that, you can see many areas you go, you can find a small vegetarian restaurant in that area. But most of the time, you only can find one shop. Like for example, in Kingfisher, you can find maybe one restaurant or one coffee shop only in that area. Just a few, one or two, not many. You don't find many shop there, right? Because most people still prefer like eating meat, eating fish, also food, but not vegetarian. Okay, vegetarian, they are small group, but still there is a market there. So, okay, so what are the procedures to create a new business opportunity? Look at here. Okay, when you have to start to have ideas, then you have to start to validate. Validate means that to confirm whether the idea is suitable or not. Okay, in another word, you do a checking of your ideas, whether the idea is suitable or not. Just remember or not, just now we talked about, we look at the video about Uber. Okay, initially, one of the pioneer of Uber is he is Cam. He suggested to have a expensive car as to provide the services. Okay, this is the idea. He suggested that, but his friend doesn't agree. The friend saying, I don't think owning a big group of they call it a lot of cars is allow us to be profitable in our business. So you need to check the ideas whether it's suitable or not. You have to think about whether it's workable or not in that society. Okay, is workable or not. So when he started thinking and he looked for ideas, then we have to do like checking of ideas. Okay, you have to talk to people, you have to look at a lot of things like the cost, your ability, your resources, and so on. And at the same time, remember we have to do segmentation. Here, let me go to the segmentation part. The segmentation part is here. When you segmentation means you divide the market in based on certain criteria or factor. Okay, for example, I can divide the customers based on demography, or based on social economy, or based on geography, or based on psychology. For example, if the products that you are selling is, for example, t-shirt, you can divide your market or your customers into different groups based on age or based on gender. Okay, this is demography. But if you are selling something that related to something that we use, for example, related to car, we are not depends on age or gender to divide our customer, but we depends on income. Okay, income. So you have expensive car for high income group. You have also moderate and low, cheaper car for the low income group. Okay, so you have different types of cars for customers of different income or even education background. And you also can divide your group of customers based on geographical location. Let's say if you are now in campus, you're in campus, and you can say, I want to sell in campus. So location is people in the campus. They are your customer. So you segment your customer to be inside the campus and outside the campus. So my focus is inside the campus. So who are they inside the campus? Your classmates, lecturers, staff in UMS, and people who are coming into UMS, but not many, mainly the local UMS people. Okay, and last, psychology, values or lifestyle. Okay, what is your lifestyle? Okay, what activities you like to play? For example, if you want to sell something related to sports, then you have to target your customers who are young adults who like to do sports. Okay, if you want to sell something related to, for example, beliefs. Okay, some people they are very concerned with health. Okay, health. They are taking good care of their own health. So you are selling products that related to their values or their belief or their concern. Okay, so this is psychology. Okay, let's look at back to the segmentation here. So we did the validation, we segment our customers, and after that we need to do budgeting. Capital, we have to check how much money we have. We have to know how much budget we have. Okay, our capital and our budget here. Right, you can have a look here. Yes, when we look at budget, remember, we have to look at first, what are the capital, how much capital we have. Capital here means modal perniagaan. So the money you have to start a business. How much capital I have to start a business. Second, budget, the forecasting of your business. So how much money you need to do the business. So there are two things. First is how much money you have to start the business. Second thing is how much money you need to spend to do the business. Okay, then you have to make good use of the money that you have to do the business. So that's why budgeting very important. And then after that, you start to estimate how much money you can earn and how much money you have to spend for the certain business. Okay, so this is capital and budgeting. After the capital and budgeting, then you come up with the product. So you can think of either product only or product and service or service only. Okay, for example, if you look at for example, restaurant, they are selling product plus a little bit of service. For example, KFC. Okay, They are selling product. That is the main. But they also provide some services. But for something like, for example, the Food Panda, they are providing you service. Okay, they are providing you service actually. Product is related to the restaurant, not the platform itself. The platform only provide you the service. But most of us, when we do our business, we provide product and service. Why? Because sometimes we also provide delivery. So that is service. Okay, so sometimes it's comparison. Sometimes you just selling either one. Okay, so after that, when you do your business, always remember you need to do markup. When I keep on saying markup means the ratio between the cost and the selling price. Okay, the cost and the selling price. So if I say beverage, for example, 30% markup, meaning that my cost is 1 ringgit, then I mark up 30 cent means 30%, 30 cents. Then my total price is 1 ringgit and 30 cent. Okay, 1 ringgit and 30 cent. So do I earn profit 30 cent? Not necessary, because I have the cost of goods and services 1 ringgit, but I might have other costs like promotion costs. Okay, I need to cover, or delivery costs which I didn't include here, then I need to cover. So my profit likely less than 30%. Okay, for example, for food, maybe 40%, and other product or service is 40%. It depends on, okay, depends on how you do the markup. Okay, this is one example, let's say. Okay, one example. You purchase this, you want to mark up at this price. So you can have total price of this one. Okay, total price of this one. So let's go back to the diagram just now. So always remember, after you create the product, price is just part of it. Okay, your price based on the cost. And for your product, you always have to think of, okay, if I have this product, what kind of what idea do I have to improve this product to be more, to have more values? That means people willing to spend more for a product. For example, you buy pen, okay? For example, blue pen. Okay, one blue pen maybe is around, let's say we look for a cheap one. Okay, 1 ringgit. Okay, one blue pen, let's say. But some blue pen, they can sell at 2 ringgit. So what is the difference between 1 ringgit and 2 ringgit? When you look at it, for example, maybe the 2 ringgit pen has different color, slightly different color, okay, pen, but they have different color. They have better design, and some they have they put something like perfume to make it smell good. Okay, so that is why they can sell at 2 ringgit. Okay, so when you think of your product for sale among your group, you have to think of that. Okay, what else I can do so that I can sell at a higher price for this product? So that's why when people start selling dulu those days, nasi lemak yang biasa. Then after that, people think of nasi lemak king, nasi lemak yang belau. Then after that, you can think of different type of nasi lemak. Okay, this is just example. And then for promotion, you have to think of how am I going to do promotion. Okay, and for this course, we recommend you to do digital marketing. Like from the very beginning of the class, I already say you have to do like a promotion using either Facebook or Instagram or any other social network that you are more familiar with. And the most important thing is you are doing the posting not only by one person, but all your members help in doing the posting. So you can save your time, not only one person doing all this. Other might help in designing or reminding or even answering the messenger if there are people asking questions. And last, where are you going to sell it, or how are you going to sell it? Let's say now people want to order from you. How are you going to deliver the product to the customers? Okay, how are you going to make sure that customer receive the product they wanted? Okay, so these are the important procedure to create the business opportunity. These are the things that you have to start to think when you already have an idea of product. Then you start to think of the product itself, the price itself, the promotion, and the place. Okay, so next week, if I got time, I will explain in more detail about this 4 P's. This is what we call 4 P's. 4 P's is the marketing mix. This is the basic of marketing, the 4 P's. And next week, I will also explain about PMC report presentation, how to do the PMC report, and how are you going to do the presentation. Huh? Okay, I think I will stop until this topic only, this topic. And then if you have any questions, you can ask now. Anyone?